Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all at home for watching this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, as always, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, so would everybody please rise? Susie, can you lead us tonight? Thanks, sir. Okay, once again, welcome everyone. Tonight's town board meeting is a voting meeting, and the date is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019. And for the record, Councilman Schneider cannot be with us this evening as he has a family commitment that he had to attend. He sends his apologies for not being here. All the way down to my right, Ann Spofford is the Carmel Town Clerk. Ann, welcome. And down to my left is Greg Fulchetti, our Carmel Town Council. So the first item is to accept the town board minutes for June 5th and June 19th, 2019. I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough and seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the first resolution tonight, resolution number 1, is a resolution authorizing submission of a consolidated funding grant application. Susie, would you read one, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the submission of the following consolidated funding grants. New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Water Quality Improvement Program for Carmel Sewer District Number 5 Wastewater Treatment Plant Compliance Upgrade up to $1 million. And New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Water Quality Improvement Program for Carmel Water District Number 2 Infiltration Inflow Study Compliance Upgrade up to $500,000. And New York State Department of State Water Quality Improvement Program for Local Waterfront Revitalization Program at 628 Route 6, Mahopac, New York, upgrade up to $100,000. And New York State Office of Parks Historic Preservation Acquisition Reimbursement Grant for $628, grant for 628 Route 6, Mahopac, New York for $500,000. Be further resolved, the town supervisor, Kenneth Schmidt, is hereby designated as an authorized town official for the purposes of the execution and submission of all documentation required in connection with the reference grant applications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 2, is a resolution authorizing cancellation of a public hearing. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 2?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes a cancellation of the public hearing at or on a public hearing on a proposed local law amending Chapter 89 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Freshwater Wetland, which was previously scheduled for July 2nd, 2019. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution authorizing planting of a memorial tree at Camarda Park in memory of Brendan McGuire. Councilman Borelli, would you read 3, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the planting of a memorial tree at Camarda Park by Carmel Sports Association in memory of Brendan McGuire. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution accepting the annual comprehensive financial audit report of the town's independent auditor for fiscal year 2018. Susie, would you read 4, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby accepts the comprehensive financial independent audit report of the town's independent auditor, PKF O'Connor Davies, for fiscal year 2018, and hereby directs Town Clerk Ann Spofford to publish all notices required in connection herewith in the official newspapers of the town. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution establishing an employment anniversary date. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 5?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby revise the date of hire and/or anniversary date for employee number 2720 from June 10th, 2019 to November 6th, 2018 for all purposes including but not limited to credit in the New York State and local retirement system. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing settlement of litigation. This is the certiorari settlement for Hilltop Manor, tax map 76.22-1-5. Councilman Borelli, would you read 6?
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index number 500917/2018, a certain lawsuit entitled Hilltop Manor Realty Corp. regarding the tax assessments for the property known and designated Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 76.22-1-5, and whereas a proposed settlement of the litigation has been negotiated by Glenn Josie, Town Assessor, and Town Legal Counsel Gregory L. Foschetti, both of whom have recommended approval of the proposed settlement. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the settlement of the aforementioned litigation as recommended, and be it further resolved that Counsel Gregory L. Foschetti is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the Town of Carmel the stipulation of settlement and corresponding consent judgment reflecting the terms of the settlement. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution authorizing request for proposals pursuant property maintenance law. Susie, would you read 7?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, in accordance with Chapter 114 of the Town of Carmel Town Code titled Property Maintenance, hereby authorizes Town of Carmel Director of Codes Enforcement Michael Carnazza to solicit request proposals for the cleanup and correction of Town Code violations existing for the property located at 105 Longdale Road, Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 65.14-1-24, as well as for 39 Colonial Drive, Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 75.11-2-48. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing signing of a change order. This is change order number 1 for airport park improvements, contract seat 252. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read it?
Whereas the Town Board of Town of Carmel has previously awarded the contract for the above project to Argenio Brothers, Inc., and whereas Director of Recreation and Parks, James R. Gilchrist, has recommended that the Town Board approve change work order number 1 to the aforesaid contract. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorize the Town Supervisor to sign change order number 1 to the aforementioned contract, resulting in no increase or decrease in overall contract price. Said change order to be in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next
John,
resolution.
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, I was just going to ask John if he wanted to say how nice this is coming out.
Oh, I was up there last night, and the public, you are going to be very happy with the outcome of that park. Phase 1 is wrapping up, and it is absolutely beautiful. 5 fields, 3 pads. It's amazing work that they're doing up there. So I think everyone's going to be happy when this is a completed park.
Yep, thanks, sir. Thanks, John. Okay, next resolution number 9 is a resolution authorizing payment for repairs, Town of Carmel Police Department. This is for the Marine Division boat. Councilman Borelli, would you read 9?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Chief of Police, Carmel Chief of Police, Michael Kazari, hereby authorizes payment for repair and service performed on a Town of Carmel police boat to Jimmy's Marine World, Pleasantville, New York, at a cost of $15,113, in accordance with the invoice dated May 11, 2019. Be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect payment for the aforesaid repair authorizations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 10, is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing entry into a contract for concrete repairs at Carmel Town Hall facility, and this is R2019-005. Susie, would you read 10, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes acceptance of proposal and entry into contract for concrete repairs at Carmel Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, with John Astrologo, Mahopac, New York, at a cost not to exceed $14,200, in accordance with the proposal dated May 29, 2019. And be further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentation to effect the authorization upon the terms authorized herein. And be further resolved, the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Work is for the entrance on the north side of the town hall. So the north side's going to be done this year, and next year you'll see a resolution doing the south side as well. So
Okay,
we just
good.
can't do them both at the same time,
Yeah.
because people have to get in and out of here. So next year, we'll do the south side. Okay, next resolution, number 11, is a resolution authorizing acceptance of proposal and payment for repairs to the Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 11?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simone, hereby authorize acceptance of proposal and payment for repairs to Highway Department Truck Number 33 to Ben Funk, Inc., Hudson, New York, in accordance with the invoice/proposal dated June 14, 2019, in the amount not to exceed $12,380.89. Be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost for this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 12, is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorizing payment for line stop work for Carmel Water District Number 2. Councilman Borelli, would you read 12, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel, the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, hereby authorizes acceptance of the proposal for a line stop installation in Carmel Water District Number 2 from ProTap/Cook Excavating, Carmel, New York, in the amount not to exceed $15,522. Be it further resolved that the Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect payment for the aforesaid repair authorizations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, 13, is a resolution pursuant to Town of Carmel Town Code 156-76, referral to Planning Board for review. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 13, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Carmel Town Code Section 156-76, hereby refers to the petition for change of zoning filed by Centennial Golf Club of New York, LLC, dated April 30th, 2019, and received in the office of the Town Supervisor June 19th, 2019, to the Town of Carmel Planning Board for its review, comment, and/or recommendation. I offer this resolution as read.
Sorry.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, so the 14th and final resolution tonight is a resolution scheduling a public hearing on Chapter 156 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning, and the public hearing date is August 7th, 2019. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 14, please? I pretty much just read it, but...
You did.
I was just going to say I second.
All in favor? Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing on Wednesday, August 7, 2018, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter on a proposed local law amending Chapter 156 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning. I offer this resolution as read. You said it
Second.
better, Kenny.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, that completes the agenda items for this evening's Town Board voting meeting. Is there any members of the public that would like to come up and speak on the agenda items that we covered tonight? And please limit your comments or questions to 3 minutes. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening. John Butler, Hamlet of Carmel. On item 13, which is the referral to the planning board of the petition for the amendment of the zoning code under 156, or in accordance with Town Code 15676. I have a couple of questions about the code itself that really is confusing me. I've actually got the code here on the phone, so I just want to read one very short portion of it. It's 15676, Section 2, where it says, in recommending the adoption of any proposed amendment, and the petition has the proposed amendment to the zoning law, the planning board shall fully state its reason for such recommendation, describing any change in conditions justifying the amendment, and the manner in which the amendment would be in harmony with a town master plan. Then it skipped to a portion of Section 3, where it states failure on the part of the planning board to report to the town board its recommendation with respect to any proposed amendment within 45 days after the date of referral shall be deemed to be approval thereof unless such proceedings have theretofore been terminated. So what, and I don't know if anyone was involved in drafting this, but it seems to me contradictory. In one section of the same section of the code, it's saying that the planning board shall fully state its reason for such recommendation, and then it goes on, but if they don't do anything in 45 days, it's approved. It seems contradictory to me. I know that's what it says, but does that make any sense? It requires, the reason for recommendations, but if you don't say anything in 45 days, you don't have to say anything.
I
It's
always
odd.
ask Greg
I
to
would defer to Greg
interpret.
on that.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
that is a, wow, this on. That's a standard section in most municipal codes like that. You have to put a clock on what the planning board's going to do with respect to their review and recommendations. You're not in a position to dictate. They're an autonomous board. So you send it to them, and you have to give them some turnaround time. The applicant has a right to have a determination one way or the other on his petition within a reasonable time. In 45 days, if you look through town law, as in New York State town law, not the town code, is a very common number you'll see from when an application goes to the planning board, when they have to have a public hearing scheduled by, when there has to be decisions often rendered after public hearings, although we extend ours in our code to 62 days. But that's a very standard number. And what it does is presumably, and you can debate the effect, okay, but give the planning board an incentive to make their determination within that time frame, so the town board has it in hand before they do anything in terms of entertaining the petition.
John, what bothers me is you said if they don't do anything, it's
Approved.
automatically approved and comes back to us.
I get that. It's not even the time frame that I'm really talking about. It's just the concept behind it. Because again, in one section, it's saying if you do make a recommendation, in effect, planning board, you have to state the reason for it. You've got to justify what your recommendation is. But then again, if you do nothing within 45 days, there's no recommendations, there's no discussion, there's nothing. It's just approved. I just find that really weird.
I guess the question
Again,
is...
it's not an approval, but
It's not
it's a
approval.
positive or a negative recommendation. The planning board doesn't have the authority to approve the code as it does for an application for a site plan or a subdivision to that effect. So it generally, their determination is a positive recommendation, a negative recommendation, or one or both of those with conditions. that they would deem appropriate.
I mean,
So if they don't, I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry, John.
No,
So-
no, go
So
ahead.
if they don't get back to us, Greg, after the 45 days, then would that be considered a positive or a negative
It would be
recommendation?
considered that it'd be a positive recommendation, if
Yeah.
they hear silent on it.
right, with
Okay.
no
That doesn't make
backup
sense.
or
Well,
justification.
In the
to
process
it.
of overhauling your code now, it's a
Yeah, I was going to say, we are in the
1986
process of
section.
overhauling.
No, I
so-
get it. It's
So
just that,
that's one that we
Probably
certainly
one.
should look at, that they should have to come back in writing with either positive,
Okay.
negative, or comments.
but in,
I
in-
agree with you.
as respects the petition that was referred to him tonight, this
Yeah,
is
we
what
can't-
applies.
Yeah, that's what applies.
It's a good valid point, John, no question about it.
Oh, I gotta make a
But
note
I
of
would
that for my
hope
code.
That
Me too.
our planning board and
Hope springs eternal. Yeah.
our consultants and our professionals on the planning board, they're going to have comments.
Okay,
If
great.
it comes
I
back
think you're
without
right.
any,
I think you're,
I would be
agree.
disappointed.
I agree.
I don't think this is something that can come back with no comment.
No, I'm
I think
totally
there's too
with
many
you.
eyes watching this.
No, again, it's just because I just saw it and I said, that's really odd. But the second point and final point as respects this was, again, in section number 2, again, when they're talking about recommendations from the planning board describing any change in conditions, justifying the amendment, and the manner in which the amendment would be in harmony with a town master plan. So again, this has now been referred to the planning board, and they're going to make part of their determination is if it's in harmony with the town master plan. Is that the one that's in effect now? Because there is no other one. The one from, what, 10 years ago, I think it was?
I think
20,
20.
21 years, yeah.
21 years. So we know that you guys are in the process of hiring consultants, et cetera, for a new master plan. So this particular petition now is going to be in the context of, I don't even think it's called a master plan anymore, I think it's comprehensive, of a town master plan that's 20 years old. Again, that makes no sense
You heard-
whatsoever.
You heard my feelings last week. We're obligated to send it forward.
No, I get it.
You also heard my statement about it's ridiculous without a new master plan. I think several other people have said that. So let's just see what happens when it comes
Okay.
back from the planning board.
All right. And then,
John?
yes.
John, you're at 5:44, so can you wrap it up in
Oh, sure.
another minute or so?
Number 13.
I'm sorry, but...
That's
yeah.
okay. I'm sorry, number 14. What is this? Where did this come from?
That's a referral to the planning board from, I'm going to say in April,
April.
and it's for the rezoning of 2 or 3 parcels on Stillwater Road
Oh,
from
okay, so
residential
it's
to commercial.
specific. It's
It's
not
specific,
broad.
yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't think it's more than 7 or 8 acres between the
That's
parcels.
Small
less than
parcel.
that.
Oh, okay, so
Small
I
place.
was thinking.
Property that used to be commercial.
Okay.
they Reverted to be residential. Now
That's-
they want to put it back to what it was.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to think it was the big one.
Do you have anything else, John? That you
All
can
right,
do
well-
quickly?
Want to come over to the barbecue? I mean,
okay.
no, that's it.
Thanks, John. All right, so anybody else here for agenda items only at this time? If not, we're going to move on to the new business open forum portion of the meeting. Anyone would like to come up and speak? Come on up this time. Okay, there aren't any. I do have,
I have one announcement
You-
I'd
you
like to
do?
do.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you for the e-waste, great success. You saw the outcome. And I got rid of truly a truckload of stuff that was in my basement and my garage. A little sad that I got rid of my grandfather's TV that was like around 50 years old, and it broke my back. But great idea on the e-waste, and I think it was a success, so thank you.
yeah, thank you, John, I appreciate that. We actually, we ordered a 50-yard container initially when we opened up at 9 o'clock. It was completely full by 10 o'clock, 10:30, completely 50-yard container filled. So we had to order a second 30-yard container, and that was full by 1:30. So we were able to manage with the 2 containers. We didn't have to order a third one. So, yeah, it was a tremendous success. The residents were extremely happy that we did that we did an e-waste. I got a call today from somebody who said, well, since you did an e-waste drop-off day, have you ever thought about a shredding day?
Well, I would love that.
Hire a shredder.
That'd be my other half of my attic.
Set it, because a lot of folks have things that they'd like to shred that they're holding on to in boxes and boxes. We'd like to do see if the town would
We should-
consider a shredding day.
We do it at work. they bring in a massive truck that huge, and they're gonna recycle the paper, so we should actually look into that. There's a company in
I-
Hawthorne that does that.
I'd be in favor of looking at that if it's going to be for residents.
Sure, just
But
like
if
e-waste.
you have like small businesses and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you're gonna be bringing all of your, your company stuff to save the company money for not having to buy bring in a shredder, I think
Yeah,
that,
good point. So
it would really have to be well thought out.
We'd have to stress residents only,
Yeah,
household,
and it's so sad that people
the business has
would do
small
that,
box.
but unfortunately, in today's day and age,
Business in Carmel,
they
are a
do.
taxpayer, so have at
Oh,
it.
yeah. All right, so, do I have the board's permission to look into that?
Absolutely, there's a company in Hawthorne, I'll get you the
Can you
name.
get me the information?
Yep.
All right, good, I think that'd be
Or
great. John.
Thornwood, it's not Hawthorne. I'll get you the
Okay,
name.
good. All right, board members have anything else? I just want to go over the schedule for July, because next Wednesday, July 10th, the town board will not be meeting. So the Wednesday, July 10th town board meeting has been rescheduled because of a lack of quorum. Myself and Susie are going to be somewhere else, somewhere, with family. And,
Yeah, I was
and,
gonna say, that did not, say yeah.
and Ca-
Yeah.
Destination wedding and
Yeah.
a destination wedding.
My godchild's getting married, I'm gonna brag.
Oh, I was gonna say the YouTube,
Yeah,
congratulations.
oh, no.
yeah.
The town should know why we're not
My
having it.
son, my
Yeah, my-
son Brett,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Susie's godson. So
Yeah.
we won't be here, and Councilman Schneider has a family obligation as well, and he can't attend, so we don't have a quorum.
Me and John said we'll do it, but they wouldn't let us.
We're gonna solve the world right there.
All right, so the July 10th Town Board work session is rescheduled to Wednesday, July 17th at 7 PM. The July 17th Town Board voting meeting is scheduled to Wednesday, July 24th at 7 PM, prior to the already scheduled Town Board work session. So the July 10th work session items will be voted on at the July, you got that in? At the July 24th Town Board meeting. So going to have two meetings then on the 24th. There will be no meeting on July 10th, as I stated, and no meeting on July 31st, as it's the fifth Wednesday of the month. So that's our schedule for the month of July.
Yeah, and everybody, don't forget Thursday night down at Red Mills, they have the 4th of July festivities at the park. I believe it starts at 6:30. It's a free event, and Norm Hathaway Big Band will be there. And everyone just be safe on the 4th.
Yeah, enjoy your 4th of July. Susie, I don't think there's a concert, right, on the 4th? No.
No, just down at Red Mills Park.
Red Mills Park has the July 4th concert.
Yep, that's
with
it.
The big band. Okay, that's it. We covered everything. So we'll see everybody back here on July 17th.
Happy, healthy, and safe 4th of July.
Yes.
Yes, you too, John. You and your family and
Do
everybody
not
else.
play with fireworks.
Yeah.
Take it from
I
someone
was
that
gonna
knows.
say, take it from someone who knows.
You think you know, but believe me, you don't.
Exactly. All right, so no executive session, so I need a motion to close.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everybody. Be well. Enjoy your barbecues on the 4th, and be safe and have fun.